You're learning a foreign language and you just finished a learning session and you feel like you made some progress, you learned a few words and sentences, but a day or two later, it's all gone. Does this keep happening to you? Because if it does, you're not alone. Most people have this problem, and it's simply because you're doing it wrong. This happens to 90% of language learners. You feel like you're making progress when you're learning, but then when you try to speak, it's all gone. You can't speak. And when you listen to native speaker content, it's the same thing. You understand some words here and there, but that's it. And it's really frustrating. I know because it used to happen to me as well. But then I found the solution. And it's not because I'm a genius or anything. You don't need to be good at languages or especially intelligent to do this. You simply have to learn the right way. The problem is that you're not using your mind and your memory the right way. And there's nothing wrong with your memory. Your memory is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's forgetting information that doesn't seem useful. And this is why people fail to learn a language. You watch lots of YouTube, you memorize words with flashcards, and you learn a lot of words, but the moment you stop using the flashcards, it's all gone. And even worse, the moment you need to speak, you have no idea what to say. And the solution here is to work with your memory and your mind's natural tendencies instead of fighting against them. Because if you do it right, you can learn thousands of sentences and words very quickly, and you can understand the language, and you'll be able to speak it fluently as well, in a matter of weeks or months, if you do it right, without moving to the country, without thousands and thousands of hours of so-called comprehensible input, without none of that nonsense. All you need is a system that works with your brain instead of against it. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how to do it. This is a simple, repeatable method that turns the forgetting curve into an advantage, an ally instead of an enemy, so that all those words and sentences that you learn actually stick. So if you're one of those people who keep forgetting everything you learn, once you understand how your memory works, language learning will become way easier and you'll be able to learn 10 times faster. The main problem that destroys people's progress and motivation is the forgetting curve. You study something new or you get exposed to it, you think you know it, and tomorrow it's all gone. The solution to this is a combination of better encoding, so memorizing better when you first see new information, and spaced repetition. Because whenever I say you can learn 30 or 50 or 100 new words a day, I always get some comments by people who are really angry and tell me that that's impossible and so on and so forth. And the reality of it is they have no idea what they're talking about. It is possible to learn 30 or 100 words a day if you learn them the right way, with the right techniques. If you simply review them lazily, of course not. But if you encode them properly, actively, with mnemonic associations, active recall, actually effective techniques, then you will remember those words, a lot of those words, already from day one. And if you review the right way, lots of spaced repetition, done the right way so you don't waste time, you will be able to learn 100 new words a day and actually remember them. So this is how you do it. Every day you take your batch of sentences that you want to learn. And if you want to learn new words only, you still should learn them inside sentences because context is really helpful. And you read them and understand them by looking at the translation, and you listen to them and you repeat them aloud several times. And then you immediately test your knowledge. You translate from your language into the target language. Active recall, immediately after getting exposed to the new sentences. You read them, you understand the meaning, you listen to them and you repeat them aloud several times, and you do active recall with them. You should also use mnemonic associations if they contain new vocab or difficult vocab. But the active recall part is extremely important. You should do it from day one, right after getting exposed to the sentences. This will help you encode the information much better and remember it long term. And then you take those audio files and you put them in a playlist. And instead of reviewing with flashcards, which is tedious and extremely time-consuming, you review those sentences by listening to the audio files. This is really convenient. You can listen to them anytime, anywhere, while you do anything. And if you encoded the information properly, with mnemonics and with lots of repetition aloud and by using active recall, you will remember them well enough to understand them when you hear them. And if you listen to them daily, in a week or two, you'll know them by heart. And even if you don't remember all of them correctly, if you keep adding 100 new sentences every day, chances are the grammar and the vocabulary from those sentences will overlap with the previous ones. And if you keep listening to the whole list, you'll understand more and more of the previous ones as well, even the ones you don't remember, because you'll know more and more of the grammar and the vocabulary that they contain. And eventually, after doing this with a couple thousand sentences that contain all the vocabulary and the grammar that you need, you'll be able to understand all the sentences on the list easily. And with enough repetition, you'll be able to use them actively as well. It's really as simple as that. Encode information properly, learning actively, repeating sentences aloud, testing yourself and using mnemonic associations for the new or difficult words, and then lots of spaced repetition with audio. If you do this daily, you can learn thousands of sentences in any language quickly to be able to understand and speak it relatively fluently in a matter of weeks.